Hey everybody. Oh wow. We got excitement going on here. I've been putting off doing the show all day because we've been waiting on a truck to get here. And we have a Justin and Robert are installing a new back door because the old back door was almost 22 years old, and it had evidence of cats scratching on it and just all kinds of stuff. I mean to tell you, it was quite a mess. And it had started dragging and it wouldn't lock, and Robert was frustrated with it. So you just got to do home maintenance sometime. And when you do, it tears the whole house all to pieces. They had to come in the front door with the door. Well, that was good. And then they had to go out on the back deck, take it out of the box, which they took the box with them, which was really even better, and get it set up. Now, Robert and Justin are taking the old doors out. And, whew, it's just one of those days. All of Justin's equipment is in the floor. It's just, but I have lived through a 6-month remodel, and I understand what it's like to have mess all around. But I kept my bedroom spotless during that remodel, and the bedroom did not get touched. Until we went on vacation, and then they put a hardwood floor down. I wish we'd done the ceilings. This ceiling is a popcorn ceiling, and so is our bedroom. But we didn't, and that's okay. We'll get around to it one day. But as it is, it's just, we're getting a new back door. I'll be able to show it to you tomorrow, because it's got a film over it right now, but they're going to leave that film on while they install it, and everything is going to be okay. I'm just going to stay out of their way because there's a lot of hammering going on. You might be able to hear the hammering, but they're going to cut the old door out. They've taken the doors off the hinges. Yee Haw. So, what are we going to talk about today? Anybody got any questions? Let me see. What has been happening? Oh, I got some news. News. Let me see. You know, our silver rags, they were looking in the warehouse for something today, and they found more of them. So we have a good supply of them, and I've asked them to make them half price. It's $7.47 for 3 rags. $7. I mean, just think about this. 3 rags will save you a case of paper towels. And I like to use, Liz and I use these for makeup. I don't have any makeup on right now. For makeup remover rags, I keep one in the bathtub. I keep one in the car. I keep one beside my chair to clean my glasses all the time. They do a great job. Really good job. $7.47 plus shipping. You don't even need a discount code. You get that price flat out. Now, it's only 50 cents cheaper than the way it was with the $5 off. Why is it so hard to get rid of, let me see what this says. Get rid of old clothes thinking someday you may want to wear it. Well, the issue is our old clothes remind us of days gone by. They're just memory things. But the truth of the matter is we never wear them because they're out of style. So let go of those old clothes, bless someone else with them, and get them out of the house. Your closet is not going to be talking to you anymore. You're going to shut that closet up. It's not really a purple chair. I just threw this purple cover over it. And I probably need to cut on the cover and adapt it, but I haven't done that yet. Procrastination, hey. But it's still purple behind me, and I like that. Now, here's another little bit of housekeeping. The extra large mops, the mop package with the two things, we're getting low. So it's probably going to go off. The sale will go off tomorrow. So if you've been procrastinating about getting your extra large mop, you better do it today because it's going away. It won't be here till Friday. It won't last that long because we are selling them like hotcakes. I'm starting to fly again. I'm rereading your book for motivation. My struggle is figuring out the control journal. Well, don't figure out a control journal. You can get obsessive about a control journal and use Post-it notes. That's what I did. This was one of my obsessive control journals. The main thing is build your habits one at a time. String them into simple routines. Put them on your bathroom mirror. Put them on, where is that? I've got it here somewhere. I've got a little hot spot going right here. I had, where did it go? Oh, well, I'm trying to keep everything handy, and I'm not. Let's see if it's down deep in here. I'm looking. Forgive me. Oh, here it is. Control journal. This is it. It's a sheet of paper. Morning home, morning fly lady, afternoon, and before bed. Put it in a sheet protector. That's it. You can use a note card in a small photo album. Just don't get obsessive about this. Here's another fun way to do it. Make some little tiles with your before bed routine on it. Put them in a jar. Pick out a tile. Go do it. We don't have to kill ourselves trying to make things perfect. That's what happens to us. We want everything to be perfect. And when it's not, we give up. When it's too hard, we give up. So stop it. Popsicle sticks in a cup. I love that idea, Lisa. That is wonderful. You can write a lot on a popsicle stick. Tongue depressors work the same way. I got a box of tongue depressors one time. I ended up giving them to my daughter-in-law because she used them homeschooling. Think about it. They build things with tongue depressors. You can build your routines with tongue depressors. Post-it notes on a bathroom mirror. When we remodeled in 2000, I'll never forget it. Justin was replacing the mirror in my bathroom. And at that time, it was the bathroom in our bedroom because it was the only bathroom we had because my bathroom now was torn out. And what came of that was Justin said, "Mom, what are all these Post-it notes?" And I said, it's my control journal. It's my morning routine and my before bed routine. One's on one side of the mirror, one's on the other. And he said, "Do you want the Post-it note?" I wish I'd kept them. But they were stuck to the mirror and they helped guide me through my day. But get up and get dressed to lace up shoes. Make your bed when your feet hit the floor. Swish and swipe your bathroom. Grab a load of laundry. Put it in the washing machine. Go to the kitchen. Empty the dishwasher. While your coffee's making, do a quick run of your floors. Bam! Your morning routine's done. It's that simple. And you can do it 2 minutes at a time. It doesn't take 2 minutes to make your bed when you are in it. Pull it up to your chin, slide out the side, and smooth the covers out, and your bed is made. How do you get control when you feel overwhelmed? That's because you're trying to do too many things at once and you're getting in a tizzy. You've got to look at all the things you're trying to do at once and narrow it down to one thing at a time. That's why having a control journal or just a list is so much easier on you. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Cleaning out the closet. What a great way to do while you're listening to me. You're going to get 15 to 20 minutes in cleaning out the closet. And those clothes have talked to you in an ugly manner for a long time. So let go of that clothing. Bless someone else with it. You're going to have an abundance of room in your closet to arrange your shoes and do things. I don't like my shoes on the floor. I want them on a shelf. So I had Robert build me a shelf so that I can put my sandals on the shelf, and then I have another shelf above that I can put bigger shoes. Now my boots are in a little bookcase underneath all my clothes, but they're not on the floor. I don't like stuff on the floor because now I can dust in there with the dust mop and, get all the dust bunnies out. Oh, let's see. What else? Yes, they are older clothes and the skinnier days. Well, I've had fat clothes, I've had skinny clothes. And if you hold on to your fat clothes, you're going to get back in them. If you hold on to your skinny clothes, they're going to shame you to death for the rest of your life. So let them go. Well, I understand about your husband still being asleep, but you can still slide out of your side and you can get it half made up. No excuses here. And then when your husband sees that half of it's made up, he might make up his half. My husband's been doing that. It's kind of cute to watch it be done. Why can't we post a picture on here? Because it's a running chat. And the pictures wouldn't show up. If you're married and it's just the two of you, how often should you do laundry? Well, Robert just told me that I've been doing a load a day and I've been using the dryer and the washer to fold things because I'm going to put them back in this empty basket that I keep in my bathroom. And he said, I couldn't do my laundry today because you had clothes on top of the wash machine. And I said, why didn't you ask me to get them? And then I would have finished them up because I did a load last night and put them in the dryer. And I was folding things and separating my tanks and my short sleeve tops and my jeans. I said, I would have dealt with that. And he said, it really didn't matter because he had done a load on Sunday and he was going to do another load today. Well, they weren't, he only had a few pieces to do. So you just don't want to spend all day doing laundry. So I try to do a load a day. And it's easier to get them all folded up and put them in my basket than a few at a time in my basket. Well, don't touch his books and don't touch his magazines. One day they'll be gone or he'll be gone and you can get rid of them. But they're his books and they're his magazines. I know my ex-husband had 50 or 60 years of Sports Illustrated. And I didn't touch his Sports Illustrated. I wanted to throw out the swimsuit editions every year before it ever got in the house. But I didn't do that either. I should have. What can I do with old recipe books and magazines? Well, how many cookbooks do you need? We look online for recipes now because they got stars beside them and we know if they're going to be good and they're recommended by somebody or they've run across our Facebook feed. I would pare down your cookbooks. I was talking to a friend the other day and they're in a year they're going to move into a retirement community. And her husband was upset, not really upset, but she has several bookcases of cookbooks. Does she use them? She likes to cook, but does she use them? Probably not. So I would pare them down. And you know what Robert did? Sometimes he's a mess. He pulled a cookbook off of our shelf that was not The Joy of Cooking, but it was another cookbook. And he gave it to her. And I thought Clyde was going to die. But he gave it to her in the sense that she had to put another book with it and bless somebody else with them. So we're going to help her get rid of her cookbooks. You don't use many cookbooks. My cookbooks amount to this much space. And one of them is the Better Homes and Gardens, or Betty Crocker cookbook, the red checkered one. That's my favorite cookbook. 200. I like books. Well, if you love them and you have a place for them, that's fine. But if they're stacked up everywhere, you need to start getting rid of them because you don't really love them. If they're in boxes in the basement, you don't really love them because something's going to get in those boxes. Yep, they're hammering up a storm now. Hear it? So, folks, got any more questions? One bag filled in the trunk of my car. Wow, that's great. So are there any more questions? I'm 16 minutes in. Explain the control journal methodology, please. You're thinking too hard. All the control journal is a place to write down your routines. Simple habits, and it's a routine. 1, 2, 3. One thing after another. When you get used to doing one thing after another, it starts to become automatic. You don't have to think. Now, the big control journal that we sell, it has a lot of different things in it. It has a babysitter information page. It has your address book page so that you can keep your addresses in a paper form in the event that your phone is not backed up to the cloud, and just there's a lot of things in it. It's got the emergency preparedness list. It's got a place for your menus, but that's what I made for you. You can do all that, and all the instructions are on our website. But right now, I just want you to think about the habits that we're learning. This month's habit is swish and swipe. I wish I could be employed by you, Marla. Even a virtual assistant. I really believe in what. Well, thank you, Brandy. That's sweet. But I have Miss Laura and Miss Kathy and Miss Patty and Miss Liz and Miss Rebecca to all help me stay organized. It takes 4 or 5 of them. I love that in my emails have a mission for the kids, not just me. Well, we only give the mission for the kids out one day at a time because I don't want you overwhelming the children. Now, in our sneak peek on Saturdays or Sundays, this week I forgot it. It was done, but it wasn't ready to send out. So I sent it out on Sunday, and it's got all of your missions for the week. This week we're in our master bedroom, and then I've been pushing you real hard on your closet. So let's eliminate some of those clothes, because when you get rid of some of the clothes, you have more room in your closet for the things you love, and you also have more room in your drawers, and it makes doing laundry, which is our habit for August. There's method to my madness here. The habit for August is to get your laundry done, because if you have a place to put it, then it's much easier. If you've got an empty drawer, it's easier to put things away. And you may need to put Post-it notes on those empty drawers to say what's going in those. And if you get real efficient about doing your laundry, now get this. You'll put your laundry together as an outfit. Got it? Laundry together as an outfit. How cool is that? You take it off as one outfit, put it back together as an outfit. That's the beauty of doing a load a day, because it sort of stays together. Now, your sock drawer, that's another thing. Sock drawers can become overwhelming, and sometimes you just need to get rid of the socks you don't like. If you just go through and get rid of the socks you don't like, then you're going to have room in your sock drawer. I only have socks that I love in my sock drawer. I really don't even have a drawer anymore. I have a drawer for pantyhose, which I don't wear very often, so I probably need to go through those. But I do have some new packages, because occasionally I do have to wear them. And then, but I only have the socks I love. And I only buy the socks that I love. And I have a specific brand that I love. So when you keep it simple, and they're easier to mate when you only have one kind of sock. And sometimes you might have to do that when school starts, is get everybody new socks and get everybody different kinds of socks. Maybe you got some with different colored toes on them. Just get rid of all the socks. You don't even have to mate them if they're all the same socks. Let's see. I'm not about the stuff. The stuff is only a symptom. We have 10 pairs, so they don't get lost. So, folks, any other questions? I've been on here for 22 minutes. The noise has calmed down in the living room. My door is going to be so pretty. It's going to have to be stained, but that's okay. We can stain it, and we can put a polyurethane finish on it. We're just excited to have a wonderful new door that's not all scratched up. And I can't wait to show it to you. What else? Did you do your weekly home blessing yesterday? If you didn't, you can do one thing today. And I have all my little weekly home blessing things in here. And if you make 7 little cards out and stick them in a bowl, you could do one a day, one for 7 days, and every day your home is blessed in some form or fashion. Now, people have been complaining. I'm going to fuss a little. People have been complaining about the number of emails I send out. I don't care. If you don't like the number of emails I send out, then unsubscribe. It's just how it is. But what I have found, right now we're sending out 10 or 11 emails a day. And it's something that's coming in your box every little bit. And when that happens like that, Fly Lady stays in your head and you get up and do something. It's behavior modification with emails. Now, if you're on Twitter, you know how many tweets you get an hour. Think about it. Sometimes it's 240, 250 tweets an hour. But you can't stand 10 emails. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. But for all of you who get my emails and you read the testimonials and you read the Ask Fly Lady questions and you read the mission of the day and you read the morning musing and the habit of the month, it starts to stick. Yep. It starts to sink in. Now, what else sinking in works? Shining your sink works. Behavior modification with emails. Who could have thunk that up? Well, God thunked that up. God thought it up. Because the emails have a little ad in them, and that little ad helps us to pay the people that that work with me every day, that have been working with me for a very long time. And not being able to pay people is heart sickening to me. But we've developed some wonderful tools to help you keep your home shining. And those tools, you can ask anybody about them. They really do work. I mean, I got this great testimonial that went out at 3 o'clock about using the Fly Lady mop to clean her motorhome windows. She's 78 years old and was going to climb up on a ladder. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that at all. Thinking smarter and working smarter is better than procrastination, putting things off, and trying to do things the hard way. With our mop, even this mop, it's the regular size mop. All you have to do is wet this, and you don't even have to sweep. What happens when you get bored of routines? That's the devil talking. That is just the devil talking, because he wants you in chaos. If you're in chaos, then you're feeling bad about your home, and that's beating you down. Let your routines, put on some fun music and do your routines with purpose. Use your routines as your morning meditation. Put on some gospel music and get after those routines. Get after those simple habits that are going to keep your house looking wonderful. You are going to love it. But see, when you tell yourself you're bored, you're going to be bored. So stop telling yourself you're bored. Just change things up a little. Play a game. Put your routines on popsicle sticks in a cup. Put it on little cards and deal them out. You know how Richard Simmons used to have the deal a meal thing? You can get some blank cards and write things on them, and you can deal out your routines. We just want to have fun. I've been telling the devil to get off my shoulder where he likes to talk me out of doing my... All you got to do is say, devil, be gone. When you start hearing yourself complain about your routines when they're really saving you, he wants you in chaos. Recognize him for who he is and say, devil, be gone. In Jesus' name, be gone. And he will have to leave. When you make it fun and you realize that you're being preyed upon by the evil one, because if your house is a mess, you can't help others because you can't help yourself. So, what are you going to do? Devil, be gone? Wonder why we forget to do our simple routines. Because we get sidetracked. We've got to do it at specific times. So in the morning when you first get up, your feet hit the floor, don't go make coffee. Get dressed to lace up shoes before you get into the kitchen. Have your shoes on. You should never be in your kitchen without shoes on. You want to know why? Because we're going to break something. We are going to break something. And if you got your shoes on, you can save the babies. You can save you. So, as soon as dinner's over, start your before bed routine. When you're doing laundry, you can save so many steps when you do things a little at a time. I got a great testimonial last night about a lady who couldn't shine her sink for 15 minutes because she had 2 little ones. And so every time she would wipe down the sink, she would use her silver rag and she would wipe down a little bit of that crustiness. And you know, after about a week or so of doing just 2 minutes at a time, her sink was shining. Did she spend an hour working on it? No, she did 2 minutes. It's a beautiful way to start your day. Think about Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers. He had routines for when he got home from work. Routines for the morning. We thrive on routines. Children thrive on routines. They always want to know, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Put it on your calendar. Get your calendar order. In a week, it'll be August. Get your calendar ordered. The power of 2 minutes. Let's see, what do you do with the junk on your table? That's a hot spot. And you've got to stop dumping things there. You're coming in with too many things in your arms. So the secret to keeping that table from piling up is, number one, clean it off and put something pretty there. Right now, the olive oil people sent me a beautiful bouquet that I have on my credenza behind my couch. And so that's there. Beautiful vase of flowers. There's a lot of flowers out growing right now. You could get a bouquet of black-eyed Susans, all kinds of things. A calendar in Google does not help your children. I don't care how much you think it's a wonderful calendar. It does not help your children learn how to use a calendar. So if you have children, and I have missed more appointments having a Google calendar than I ever had using a wall calendar. You got to have the calendar in your face. I keep my calendar in the bathroom. I go to the bathroom 10 times a day. There it is on the wall. I get up in the morning, it's the first thing I see. I go to bed at night, it's the last thing I see. Out of sight, out of mind. When it's in my phone, it's out of sight. I don't care if you set up an alarm. We blindly remove those alarms, and they don't send you a text anymore. They used to send you a text, and it worked well then, but it doesn't anymore. I love our offices in a bag. It makes things fun for us. So folks, if you're planning on order the extra large mop, get it ordered today because it will be ending probably by tomorrow. And the silver rags are half price now. I spent about 2 hours working on a new graphic for them. But I love these rags, and they rinse out so well. They really do. Oh, y'all are just so full of all your wonderful ideas. Get behind me, Satan, in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. That's what you got to do. Well, folks, let's say prayers for all those people who died on the lake at Branson, Missouri. I love Branson, Missouri. I've had some fun times in Branson. But we got to use our common sense too. If you get on a boat, you need to have on a life jacket. It's just common sense. It's the law in this state, North Carolina. And Justin and Emily and the kids got on a duck boat in Maine when they were on vacation, and I reminded them, always wear your life jacket. Always wear a life jacket. I grew up on a lake. I know what it's like. Reelfoot Lake could be to Whitecaps in 5 minutes when a wind got up. Would you explain lace-up shoes? Or will any shoes work? Well, let me tell you about shoes. If you're from the South, like I am, we were born barefoot. We grew up barefoot, and we hate shoes. I had to tie the shoes to my feet to keep from losing them in the house. Now, I have a rule. I don't take my shoes off unless I take a nap on the couch, or if it's after dinner, I can take them off. But they have to be tied to my feet. Or when I was going through menopause, my feet would get really hot, so I wore sandals in the summertime, And they were Velcro sandals that I could not get off of my feet without bending over. So I don't mind you wearing sandals, but I want you to have support on your feet. Flip-flops do not count. Crocs do not count. Wear a pair of shoes that look nice. And if you're going to wear sandals, make sure your toes look pretty too. There's nothing like one of these rags in the tub to scrub your feet, especially if you've gone barefoot for a long time, because your feet are nasty. Nasty, I'm telling you. Well, lace-up shoes can also mean boots in the wintertime. I have some boots that I wear that lace up. I also have some cowboy boots that I can't just kick off easily. So having shoes on protects your feet. If you're overweight, it helps the blood from pooling in your feet because you've got some compression going on. Especially if you're not drinking enough water, your feet are going to swell. So wearing your shoes is an empowering thing, especially when Marla was looking at me when she said no flip-flops. No flip-flops. More people get hurt in flip-flops, but you have no support on your feet, and your feet deserve to be cuddled. Protect your feet with shoes. We don't have to run around like we're 15-year-olds going barefoot. I saw somebody in a restaurant last night barefoot. Don't do that. That's nasty. And never go barefoot in a hospital, ever. I gotta hang now. Anyway, y'all, I've been in Crocs for 8 years. I just can't imagine that. I cannot imagine wearing Crocs every day. My feet would sweat like terrible because they're plastic. Anyway, I'm not going to own a set of Crocs. If you catch me with Crocs on, the pod people have invaded and I am an alien. That's just how I feel about Crocs. Go to the shoe store and try on shoes until something feels wonderful on your feet. Oh my, don't drive in flip-flops. Don't drive in flip-flops. We need to teach our new drivers. We have a new driver in the family. And that new driver is my great niece, Madison. And she got her learner's permit today. My sister Patty is her grandmother. Tell Madison she cannot drive in flip-flops. It's against the law to drive in flip-flops. Let's see what Michelle says. Yep, don't drive in flip-flops. No driving in flip-flops. Well, folks, I've been talking for 40 minutes. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to supervise. They really don't want me in there. They didn't want me in the living room when they brought the door in. They were funny. I didn't take kindly to Crocs either. I agree, very sweaty. I'm not going to wear them. No, they look like they'd be sweaty, and I've never had a pair on my feet. You gotta love your feet. If you don't take care of your feet, I have never worn a pair of shoes that hurt my feet. Ever. In my whole life, I have never worn a pair of shoes. And I got pretty feet. Now, I used to wear Birkenstocks. But when my feet started getting cracks in my heels, I realized it wasn't good for me to wear Birkenstocks. So I quit wearing sandals and started wearing shoes and socks. Do you know if you go 3 months wearing shoes and socks, lace-up shoes and socks, your feet are going to be beautiful. They're not going to be nasty and dirty on the bottom. They are going to, you wonder how a teenager's tub gets so dirty. It's because they go barefoot and they get in the tub with these nasty feet. Don't get me on this nasty feet thing. Wear your lace-up shoes. Wear your socks. It's going to change your life. It really is. Okay, I'm out of here, folks. I love you all. I will talk to you tomorrow. No, let's see. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I want you to make a list tonight of the things that you've been putting off, and I want you to tear them into little pieces of paper and put them in a bowl. See? Put them in a little bowl of the things you've been procrastinating about. We're going to get some stuff done tomorrow. It's anti-procrastination day. You can do it, Miss Bossy. Yep, I'm always bossy. My granny's been saying that for a long time. Talk to you later. Love you.